Let's take a look at homework problem number 20. If you are being asked to determine whether an infinite series is convergent or divergent, and then evaluate it possible, there's one key thing you need to look at. And I just realized, ladies and gentlemen, that I have an error here. This is supposed to say 1 to infinity, so the 37 should be an infinity symbol. So we'll just fix it there. Okay, so we need to find the sum of an infinite series. Well, you can only find the sum of an infinite series if the series is convergent, which means that convergent means that it approaches a number. So it's going to converge on something. So it'd be like a graph that kind of does this, where it actually levels off at a certain value. And that would be like your horizontal asymptote and things that you've studied previously. So if you have a graph that does that, that's called convergent. If it does this, this is divergent, and you can't find the sum of a divergent geometric series. So here's the quick way to tell this, though, is if you look at your base of your exponential expression, if that base is a number whose absolute value is between 0 and 1, then we know that it converges. Okay, so let's figure this out. What is the absolute value of negative 0.4? Well, that's 0.4. Is it true that 0.4 is in between 0 and 1? And the answer to that is yes, that is true. So if we know that that's the case, then we know that this series is a convergent series. And if it is convergent, it is possible to find the sum. If it is divergent, you cannot find the sum. So you would just have to say that it's a divergent series and the sum is not possible. So how do you find the sum of an how do you find the sum of a geometric series? In order to find that, you need to know r, which we determined is negative 0.4. And I'm just getting that out of the structure of a geometric formula, right? So if you know a1 times r to the n minus 1, your base is always going to be your r value. Okay, so the formula for that is to find the sum of an infinite geometric series. You take your first term, which in this case is 2, and you divide that by 1 minus r. Well, what's our r value? Negative 0.04. Okay, so this is really 2 divided by 1 plus 0.4, or 2 divided by 1.4. If I divide 2 by 1.4, I get approximately 1.4286. And so that would be the sum of my infinite series. Graphically, that would mean that the graph approaches a y value of 1.4286. That's what that would mean. I made that a little bit high, be like down here. Okay, and there you go. That's how you would solve number 20.